Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tier Sports. It's time for some NFL Thursday. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who are still watching our channel into 2020, and we look forward to get right into it. So, with that, probably the most excited I've been for an NFL video in a long time. I almost recorded one last week for this exact reason, but we said we were taking it off, so I decided not to. Beast Mode is back. I don't know what better way to kick off a year than with Beast Mode playing in a playoff game. Um, of course, he played in one game up till this point, week 17. So basically, here's the timeline. Seattle struggles with running backs due to injury pretty much throughout the past 3 seasons. Chris Carson finally starts to do amazing this year, really became their franchise back, and went on the IR week 16. The Seahawks have already clinched playoffs. It was just a matter of would they be able to take the division title and get a 1, 2, or 3 spot rather than the 5 seed. They did not win that game, but going into that game, needing a running back, they brought back Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. He did solid in his first game with them. Nothing too special yet, but I am excited for playoffs, especially him versus that Eagles D, and we'll get into that matchup. But overall, beast mode is back, and football is good, even if your team did not make the playoffs. So, with that, let's just go over playoff rundown of where everybody's at. So, in the AFC, the Ravens went 14-2. They clinched the first seed going into week 17. They didn't even need to win, but they still beat the Steelers anyways for good measure. Kept them out of playoffs, as I'm sure they wanted to do. The Patriots lost to the Dolphins, so the Chiefs move into the 2 seed. They will get the other bye in the AFC. And then 3, 4, 5, 6 is the Patriots, the Texans, the Bills, and the Titans. So, week 1 of playoffs in the wildcard round, we will have the Titans on the road in New England and Buffalo on the road in Houston. The next team in was the Steelers, so they pretty much end in the worst possible spot for them for the second year in a row, where we don't have a high draft pick, even though we traded it away, and they didn't make playoffs. In the NFC, with how everything played out, we have 3 teams at 13-3, and then the Eagles at 9-7. Those are your division winners. But the 49ers are 13-3. They take the 1 seed and have home field advantage and a first round bye. The Packers will take a 2 seed at 13-3. And the Saints at 13-3, who have locked up their division long ago, get knocked out of that playoff bye. Really surprises me, but that they're in this position. But anyways, they're the 3 seed, so 3, 4, 5, 6 will be them, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Vikings. So first round in the NFC, we have the Vikings on the road down in New Orleans playing the Saints, and then we have the Seahawks on the road in Philly. Yes, Philly is on paper a 9-7 team. I know that's only 1 game worse than the Texans in the AFC. However, considering 4 weeks ago this team was 5-7, they're by far, I think, the worst division winner out of the 8. But nonetheless, the Eagles at home can be a scary team. I don't see any way in which they're gonna upset the Seahawks. I believe the Seahawks already beat them once this year, and that was with a healthier Eagles team. So we'll see. But yes, my predictions for the first round are every division winner will win aside from Houston. Sorry, take that back because obviously I have the Eagles losing. I have the Saints over the Vikings. I have the Seahawks upsetting the Eagles technically, as the Eagles are the 4 seed. I have no doubt the Seahawks will be the favorite in that game. And then I have the Patriots being the Titans and the Bills upsetting Houston. The Patriots better look out. Tennessee is not somebody to underestimate by any means, but considering they just lost to the Dolphins and everybody's underestimating them, I don't see the Patriots losing this game on home field. So, with that, and then, yeah. The Rams, of course, that last team in the NFC to miss playoffs. So, again, even worse for them than the Steelers because they have a first round pick. They don't make playoffs. They have the overall highest or lowest draft pick possible for somebody who didn't make playoffs. Yeah, not a great situation for them. And finally, enough standings. Going into the year, by the way, if you go back and watch the Tipsy debates, the Saints were my Super Bowl pick. I'm going to stick with them. Originally, I believe I said Saints over Chiefs or Pats. I still stand by that, although the Ravens are the favorite. So, last bit of news before we close out this video. We're gonna save all head coaches and coordinators that are reassigned to different positions and terminated and all that till the postseason because I want to focus on everything that's happening now, each and every week. However, there's one thing that I've been laughing at as it's slowly been released for the past 3 weeks now in the NFL 100. NFL, I don't know who is controlling this list, but this is pathetic. Like, this is probably the biggest joke of a list I think I've ever seen. I'm sorry. LaDainian Tomlins, and there's three people in particular. I'm sure there's a lot more that other people are pissed about, but there's three people in particular as to why I don't even see this list as relevant anymore. One, in order of when they happened, I believe. LaDainian Tomlinson did not make the all-time 100 list as a running back. LT. I don't know if you know this, but he deserves to be on the list. I'm not even going to pull up stats. If you watch him play, I'm sure his stats are better than some of the people on there, especially because half those guys played before we even had color television. I get that you're giving people credit from back before we all got to see them play, like they obviously still played. But it hits a point where are you just throwing them in because oh they played back then and they were one of the greats when it first started. LT deserves to be on this list. There's nothing that you can say that can change my mind about it. If you watch him play, he's one of the best running backs to ever play. He statistically is one of the best running backs to ever play. It's absolutely ridiculous. Number 2. Troy Polamalu didn't make the list for safeties or defensive backs as a whole. I believe they did by defensive backs. If they did by safeties, that's even worse. Ed Reed made it. Good. He deserved to. I think the top two safeties in order that I ever would have picked to put on this list are Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu. Those two in no specific order for them. How? Just how? I don't can't comprehend that. And then the one that finally said, I'm just done with this whole NFL 100. It's probably the worst list ever. His quarterbacks. They selected 10 quarterbacks. 10. 10. You know where Drew Brees landed on this list out of 10? Nowhere. Drew Brees did not make the NFL 100. I'm sorry. Did Peyton Manning make this? Yeah. Did he deserve it? Yeah. Did Brady? Mm-hmm. Did Montana? Mm-hmm. Have they all won championships? Or Super Bowls? Absolutely. Did Brees win a Super Bowl? Yeah. Are any of those three guys, or anybody else on that list, the passing yards king of the NFL? Nope. Nope. Are any of those guys the passing touchdowns king? What goes through your head as in somebody who clearly numbers had to come into this at some point? Even if they didn't, you're watching them play. Drew Brees, how I don't understand. I don't. Nothing in this list. I hate it all. I hate it all now. The only thing I was happy about is Larry Fitzgerald getting his credit, even though he's still in the league, making the top receivers. Other than that, this list is a joke. I don't even know how to start yelling because I can't fathom it. Passing leader, passing touchdowns, also including the Swiss this season as Jameis Winston hit this mark for his first time in his career. In the history of NFL, there's now 12 times a QB in a season has hit 5,000 passing yards or more. 5,000. Of those 12 times, Drew Brees holds 5 of them. 5. Everybody else in the history of the NFL has combined for 7 seasons of 5,000, has combined where a player has hit 5,000 passing yards themselves in a season. Drew Brees has done 5 times himself. 5. I don't know if you can see this. 7. That's how many every other player in history has combined for. That's how many Drew Brees has alone. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Before I write any more on this, go back and watch our Tipsy Debates, just to see how we're lining up so far with our playoff predictions and Super Bowls. But yeah, let us know who you're rooting for in the playoffs. Let us know who you think the Super Bowl matchup will be especially, and we'll see you back next week for some MLB Mondays. Thanks, guys.